Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Baldur's Gate 3. I am Serial, your Let's Player through this absolute madness of a debacle of a playthrough. I don't even know what to call it. Other than, honestly, it's been a lot of fun so far, but we are pretty deep long into it now. We're in Act 3. We just did the part where we turned in our evidence to Valeria, who went off to do something. I have no idea what, but we're standing in the middle of a brothel house, so... welcome to Sharess's Caress. I've not any really idea where to go from here, so let's see where we're at. Let's see. Fine, Voss. Well, we got a lot of the stuff having to do with that then, I guess, huh? But as you can see, we've pretty well mapped out Rivington, and we haven't made it to the lower city yet, so that's still a possibility. That's still something that needs to be done. All these citizens. Blackboard.
Here we go.
Welcome to Sharess's Caress, where our libations and sensual indulgences restore even the weariest souls.
Insisting on playing his acoustic loop version of High House of Wonders.
Cabaret here featuring Roll the Despoiler, the highest kicks in Baldur's Gate guaranteed.
Kira the cat.
Come to pay your respects to the real lady of the house, I see. What a clever creature you are. It's your lucky day. I am receiving compliments at this time, and you are most welcome to make an offering.
Oh my gosh. Your eyes are two baleful jewels that strike fear into the most complacent of rats. Your paws fit to overturn only the daintiest of crystalware. Your glorious tail can trip an unsuspected dirt with the grace of an empress. I've got better things to do to compliment a cat. Try to pet the cat. Okay. Sure.
You are quite correct. I consider them one of my finest features. The unwashed rabble who frequent this establishment have much to learn from your deference, and I must suffer their foibles alone. But they do say a burden shared is a burden halved.
What's it?
Can't you hear from here? They're talking about the new top cat in the criminal underbelly. Go and listen for yourself. As for them personally, one never washes and instead douses himself with rose oil, while the other can't hold his drink.
That is some feline disdain right there.
The Drow, two of our most popular courtesans. A night with them seems to be rather life-changing, if you can afford it. Of course, they are siblings, but judging from the throngs of clients they draw, most of the city is as disgusting as they are.
Okay, I'm afraid to ask number one.
That's rather a broad topic. We get all sorts here. But there is one frequent visitor whose very presence offends me. He dresses fabulously, but stinks of the hells. Something infernal, to be sure. Abhorrent.
Yes, Raphael is here then.
Especially for you.
Don't take it off later. I want to give it a good rub.
You're looking parched, sweetheart. Another tankard?
Hell's, darling. Another sip and I'm like to spill over. But other hankering for spicier flavours. How about you give me a taste? What'd you say, doll? Have a sit on my lap. Let's see what pops up.
Darling, how you set me a quiver. You are a beast among men. No, a dragon, setting my phoenix nest aflame. I shall slake your thirst, dragon. You will part your lips and drink of my essence.
Oh, I will drink your essence.
Hoots, order up! Another tankard for the feast.
Clever, clever. She definitely does not want anything to do with that guy. But, you know, she's a courtesan, so she's going to do what she can to try to make the house money. Queen roll the despoiler? Wow, what an outfit. Oh, there we go.
Was that human boy insisting on playing his acoustic lute version of High House of Wonder?
I wish I could pull it better. I mean, to try.
Another drow for my feasting eyes. In darkness bred, yet no less delicious for it. Elegant, decadent, and oh so dangerous. I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip. She gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? Oh, you crave a performance. How decadent. It's Fion you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin.
Oh no, I'm afraid to ask, but yeah. Here we go.
Murdered! Ye gods, the poor thing! Oh, by the mother of cats, I pray she didn't suffer. They'll miss that face. Else, the regulars will miss her more. They swarmed her like honeybees at the hive. Oh. Losing Fion slashed a big hole in my coin purse. I should get to replacing her.
Yeah. On to other matters, I guess.
Sweeting. This is Baldur's Gate. I've seen more murders than a butcher's right eye. There'll be time for tears. Cruel as it is, I must turn my mind to business, or, more precisely, the lack of it.
On to other matters then. No, I'm not interested at the moment.
I want to give it a good rumple.
Although I am interested in speaking with her.
Damn, Hoots. That new batch burns stronger than a pit fiend's fist.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my usual from now on.
Something's off about this one. On your guard.
Oh. It's Raphael's favorite misadventurer. You've put me out of pocket, you know. Raphael bet me 5 soul coins you'd reach the city in one piece. He rented a room upstairs in the hope that you'd drop by.
Who are you exactly?
Ah, I forget we've never met. I've had my eyes and ears on you so long we feel like old friends. Carilla is my name. I'm Raphael's assistant, shall we say. Take your time. Have a drink. Sample the goods. Go see him when you're feeling refreshed.
A scant few customers. This might end up being the first.
Alright. Disable steel watch. Get Orion's stone. Get Gortash's stone. Personal quest. Deal with the devil. Avenge the Iron Hands. Collect Drebel's body parts. Find Tsar Palace. We don't need this. The High Harper. We do have to go talk to Jahir about what we found.
Now, that there's a face I'd remember if I'd seen it. Welcome to Sharess's Caress. What can Hoots do for you, stranger? You got a taste for ale, I reckon? Or maybe... Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye.
I bet the barkeep hears all sorts of things.
My business is slinging tankards, not hoarding secrets. I'd like to keep it that way. But you poke some folk hard enough, they're bound to squeal. And Mamselle Elmira there looks about ready to burst.
Alright, well, what's the story of this place then?
Sharess Caress, the Mamselle's brainchild. Wet your tongue, soak your skin, scratch your itch. Get the attention you want and avoid the attention you don't. You got it, but the new hooch is off limits. Can't have the mamsel leaping down my throat if I go burning yours.
She sells coffee. Black dye. Yeah. Alright, well, she's got all kinds of liquor. I mean, of course she would, but I'm just saying. Alright. Well, nothing to...
Pleasure to serve.
Such fog coursing through my brain.
Have a look.
No? Alright.
Set, are you?
Yeah, I am.
A drow or a drink, sweetie. There is no thirst I cannot quench.
I want to give it a
Alright. Well, let's carry on then?
Yes, darling, it's very...
Hmm.
Well, go shopping for a suit. Dinner with my parents, remember?
What does it feel like?
The Velveteen Elixir.
Now here's someone who appreciates the finer things. Welcome, sir.
Style and horse. Who the hell are you, buddy?
Stop. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Now you've just sampled some of Baldur's Gate's finest incense. Delicious, no? Aren't they just? You clearly have excellent taste. What can I do for you, sir?
What have you got in stock?
Everything alchemical from potions to poisons. Just do make sure you read the label before quaffing. Hmm?
He's like, I can't be responsible for your own idiocy if you drink something that you probably shouldn't have. Which, yeah, fair enough. Elixir of Battle Mage's power. Gain 3 arcane acuity, replaces effects from elixirs when drunk. Okay. See invisibility, elegance, oil accuracy. Okay. Well, I don't really need... Black and jade green dye. I mean, I wouldn't mind actually spending some time to color my armor a bit better. But if I find a +3, I'm absolutely going to take that. Alright.
Be sure to say...
Display case. Okay, okay. Huh. What is in here?
Come on, open up.
Holy crap. I guess this is the alchemy shop. Like, you know, where he's actually making this stuff. That being said, nothing looks terribly out of place. And yeah, this is robbing somebody, technically speaking, but... Ooh, actually... Here's a little Easter egg for you. Alright, sort by value. Give this a shadow heart.
We can't rely on the Harpers. Not when Orin has them infested with shapeshifters. We're on our own. Though, I suppose we're used to it by now.
Well, I didn't do what I thought I'd do. But anyway, Night Orchid is actually Shadowheart's favorite flower. That's fine. I'm just going to leave this. And close the door. Oh. You know what? Let me hit the camp. I gotta tell Jahir what happened anyway.
Something's on my mind.
Well, are we ready for the road once more? I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashomon?
The name is as familiar as Jahira's own. A hero of the time of troubles, who saved the city more than once.
Know they traveled with you back in the old days. He's a bit of a legend. Again, it's stuff from the previous game that I never actually played, but even I heard of Misk. He's kind of a legend, even amongst D&D lore.
I sense you mean no insult, calling scarce a century ago the old days, which is considerably more insulting. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We fought at one another's backs, times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die.
Suspect there's more to the story than that.
There always is. But that is still the fundamental fact of it. Before we ever heard of this absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day.
Yeah, and here you are.
The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. Because I was playing the pragmatist, and writing my friend off for dead, then I met you. If I seem suddenly flushed with hope and soft feeling, you have only yourself to blame. Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
Quite so. And I kind of know where he is, actually, but we're not anywhere close to getting to him at this point. He really is one of those last-minute companions that just joins up for the nostalgia more than anything. What's up, Will?
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldur?
This is a new policy then? Must be Gortash's doing.
As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood.
I guess we can ask him about Stelmane. Sure, well, since we're here, so sure, why not?
I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim, I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
I need a 7 or better, so I have a 65% chances of success. Huzzah! I rolled an 18.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say.
No, I'd say it was the Emperor controlling her at that point.
Nonsense. Stelmane was no less worthy of life or success because she was disabled. Her death is no blessing. It is a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was Tadpole. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
He'd make a pretty good diplomat, honestly. I mean, if you can get past the horns, which I'm still kind of peeved about that I couldn't hack around that, but oh well. Anything else going on? No? I don't think I've really done anything here. Yep. No need to take a rest. I think we're still pretty good. And also because I can do this.
Your desire.
So got a couple extra slots back just because we still have another short rest to take too.
Let's move.
That being said, where in the heck? Oh wow, okay. Interesting. Why is there a ladder to this door? Feel like I'm missing something important. So I'm always feeling like I'm missing something important. There's just a lot to do, and there's a lot of little secrets in this game.
Moving ahead.
I have tried my best to cover as much as I can for the playthrough that I'm doing, but you know, it's just not possible, especially if you could consider the different choices you can make to get up to this point. Upper floor. Elminster's library?
Moan loudly in the library at all times.
Oh boy. What kind of kinky fantasy is in here? There's a dog collar, chains on the floor. Oh yeah, Fleon's journal, a big pot. It's getting worse with the whispers, the night terrors, the blood. I know he's hiding something, and the others in the Flophouse note too. I've seen how they look at him, they look at me. I'm scared of him, and I can't blame them. I am too. Damn, and she's dead now. That's, so clearly this was her, office. The Hunter's Piercing Gaze. This pamphlet is a transcript of increasingly feral debate between two admirers of whether the color of Dristoern's eye color is aquamarine, cerulean, vermilion, or amber. Kind of big. I think I chose amethyst for mine. The Warrior of Love. This compendium of smutty tale advertises itself on the back. The Paladin of Soon gets a summons from their goddess, a mission to ally with someone from every town in the Sword Coast that prove their devotion to love. Okay. well...
Anything of use?
What's up? I mean, I don't even have to guess what the tub is for. Strap choker leather ensemble. So tight. Oh no. Black flare leather outfit. Yeah. Oh. That almost looked like something else for a second there, but sure. Why is a search? Rules of reading the room. Rules of the reading room. Anyone caught pleasuring themselves in the library will be tethered to the bookcase of chained books. Any wizards caught examining the special collection without express permission will be commanded to read aloud the whole library, the passage in which they were enjoying. Anyone breaking the silence of the library will be promptly gagged. Apparently, wizards was a choice favorite of hers, or whatever. The one that got a Thay. Text written on the back of this smut advertises it. The slow-paced enemies to lovers tale features a bitter archwizard, a Thay, and his name is a pure-hearted, muscled berserker. Some Harlequin romance bullshit right there. One night in Nashville. Cover of this pulp erotica describes the contents. After months of imprisonment, the Nashville Mines enchanter Zan cannot bear his solitude any longer and decides to go pleasure himself with the only companion he has, his sentient sword, the Moonblade. What the fuck? Careful what you look at. Overlapping lines. This publication describes itself in the introduction as semi-annual magazine of draws and tales telling the story of famed heroes of Baldur's Gate by their admirers, open to submissions from the public. Ah, well, hell. Jahira would just love that one. Mahogany bench. Mahogany. Okay. So I think I know where I need to go. Ha! Yeah, that's a little on the nose. Devil's Den.
Devil's Den.
Should I bring Lae'zel here? Nah.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
You must help me, Raphael, for the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door. Not yet. but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
I feel empty. What did you do?
I gave you back your privacy by shutting that illithid in your pocket out of your mind. It can't hear us.
Huh. What's the catch?
Then speak freely. Tell me why you brought me here.
I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away, which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you, and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though.
Let me guess. Orpheus.
Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free.
Why would you want him free?
I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid. To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an Elder Brain.
Alright, well fine. How do I free him?
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
It's very convenient that you have exactly what I need.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
There it is. Of course.
Alright, what are you hoping to get out of this?
Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the crown that dominates the Elder Brain.
Handing that crown to this devil will be like feeding gunpowder to a lava worm. Agree to nothing.
I'm tempted, but why tell me you're so eager to get a hold of the crown?
I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Carsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky, like angels with broken wings. The screams. Oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting. And Karsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Karsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Zariel wouldn't like that much. But even I'm not so desperate to spite her I'd put the hells in this bastard's hands.
Well, I got an update from the wizard of Waterdeep. Why didn't you take the crown there and then?
The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited. Ever watching for more than 1,000 years. For a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play.
Must really annoy you that some mortals managed to steal a crown when you couldn't.
Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Karsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
No deal, I'm leaving.
I won't stop you. But time is running out. So, don't stay away for long. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
And we're kicked right out. Alright, well, Gil has something to say, clearly.
So, the devil himself is pursuing the crown. As for whether it's truly the crown Carsus forged, well, I think it's safe to assume we shouldn't take anything Raphael utters at face value. We must claim the crown of Carsus for ourselves, before anyone else does.
In that, I agree, and I already know how to do so, but we're still a ways off from that being a possibility. So, be that as it may, I'm going to break episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.